The Event of the People of the Elephant, Part 2. After the approach of Abraha's mighty army, the Quraysh realized that they were no match for such a large force, and they did not have the strength to fight to protect the Kaaba. In response, Abdul-Muttalib, the leader of the Quraysh, advised his people to take refuge in the mountains with their families and livestock to avoid being slaughtered. He then went with a few prominent chiefs of the Quraysh to the Kaaba to pray to Allah for protection, expressing their helplessness in the face of such a formidable enemy. Abdul-Muttalib's prayer. The prayers of Abdul-Muttalib, as recorded by historians, are deeply moving and reflect the faith and reliance on Allah. He said, "O Allah, the servant protects his own house, and you protect your house. May their cross and their plots never prevail over your will. Today, help your house against the crosses of these enemies. O my Lord, I have no hope except in you, and only you can protect your sacred house." After this heartfelt prayer, Abdul-Muttalib and the leaders of Makkah retreated to the mountains with the rest of the people of Makkah, trusting in Allah's protection. The command of Abraha to attack Makkah. The following day, Abraha ordered his army to march towards Makkah and prepare for the destruction of the Kaaba. However, something miraculous happened. Abraha's most trusted elephant, Mahmud, which was intended to lead the attack, suddenly refused to move. Despite all attempts to urge the elephant forward, it stubbornly remained seated. Whenever the elephant's direction was turned towards Sham, Syria, it would rise and move in that direction, and similarly, when turned towards Yemen, it would start moving as well. But whenever the elephant was directed towards Makkah, it would refuse to budge, standing still as if commanded by an unseen force. The destruction of the army. At this moment, the Ababil, flocks of birds, arrived, sent by Allah's command to deal with the invaders. The birds carried small stones of sigil, clay or baked stones, in their beaks and talons. These stones were not ordinary pebbles. Rather, they were divine projectiles, and wherever they struck, they caused immense damage, much like small bombs. The army, including Abraha and his elephants, was struck with these stones, and the punishment was so intense that it turned them into lifeless, mangled bodies, scattered like eaten straw. The entire Abyssinian army, along with Abraha and his 13 elephants, was destroyed in a matter of hours. The devastation left behind was so severe that only the bodies of the invaders and the remnants of their equipment remained scattered across the battlefield. This miraculous event not only saved the Kaaba, but also demonstrated the absolute power and sovereignty of Allah over his house. The year of the elephant and the birth of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This dramatic event took place in 571 CE, during the month of Muharram, in a valley near Muzdalifah and Mina, specifically at a location called Masr. The event came to be known as Aam al-Fil, the Year of the Elephant, a term that would be used to mark the year in Arab history. Remarkably, just 50 days after this event, the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, was born, and his birth, heralded by the divine protection of the Kaaba, would mark the beginning of a new chapter in the history of Islam. The timing of this event, in which the Kaaba was saved from destruction and the Prophet's birth occurred shortly thereafter, was seen as a sign of the great mission and the eventual success of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, in guiding humanity. This episode serves as a vivid reminder of the power of Allah's intervention in safeguarding his house and the people chosen for his message. The people of the elephant came with the intent to destroy the Kaaba and undermine the unity of the Arabs, but in the end, it was Allah's will that prevailed, protecting his sacred sanctuary and setting the stage for the birth of the final prophet.